Hello, I'm Martyn Brown from Martyn Brown's Marketing Bugle podcast, helping you market your business online. Thank you for listening. There are e-learning courses and other bonuses that you can take for free, which are associated with this series of podcasts. Visit my website, martynbrown.com, for details. That's Martyn with a Y. You can also join my monthly magazine, Digital Bugle, which is downloadable every issue by subscribing to my email updates. Welcome to our conversation with Harris Fellman, a new vendor liaison at Warrior Plus. He's also a professional magician and entrepreneur behind Traffic for Me, Harris's unique blend of digital marketing, expertise, and magical entertainment provides a fresh perspective on creativity and innovation for business, and a career that spans significant roles in various industries, including business and entertainment. I think we should dive right in. Harris, it's great to meet you.
It's good to meet you too.
Maybe you could start by telling us a little bit about your new role, first of all, as a vendor liaison at Warrior Plus, and what that entails.
Basically, I was brought on last year, 6 to 8 months ago, to help with vendors, to help bring new. So I don't know, everybody here, anybody reading this or listening to this knows what Warrior Plus is, right? It's an affiliate-driven marketplace. And we have sellers and we have affiliates and we have buyers. And the sellers we call vendors. And thus, it's my primary job to, number one, help existing vendors do better, sell more, create better quality products that people will like, and then elevate the best products, and then also to bring on new vendors as well. So I'm just out there talking to other potential new vendors, and then I'm able to pull a couple of levers for vendors. I can't do it for everybody every week or anything like that, but if somebody has a really good product and they have a launch and they're prepared, don't call me the day before and say, hey, can you help me out with this? We can help you reach out and get some more affiliates sometimes. We can help you with, I don't know, a lot of people don't even realize little things. There's so much that Warrior Plus offers. And by the way, I've been doing digital marketing since before Warrior Plus existed, and I haven't always been on Warrior Plus. So there's so much on there that it's good to have somebody on the inside that you can talk to and say, hey, can you guys do this? Like, for instance, a lot of people don't even know that there's advertising. You can pay $50 a day or $109 a day, depending on where it's going to be advertised. And that's another lever that I can help you pull, just telling you about something like that. And it's quite effective to be able to advertise right on the marketplace. And some people don't even realize that exists because it's what I call a well-hidden feature. It's one of our, there's a few like that, like the inline upsell it just got taken out of beta and it's been public. It's been a public beta, but the inline upsell is what we call a bump at Warrior Plus, or what they call a bump at Warrior Plus. And not a lot of people know about that. It's the easiest way. I'd say it is the only magic money button that actually exists in all of internet marketing, is to add a simple bump so that on your checkout, you just have to write 3 lines of copy and put a product up, and some percentage of people will get it if it's a fair offer. So anyway, little things like that is just like looking at I might look at your sales funnel. I might look at your pricing models and what your product actually is, and is it updated enough and whatever. So yeah, all those things.
Sounds like an exciting time, though, at Warrior Plus, and the new innovations that are coming through. Perhaps it'll improve the output and make the offers better in the long run. You mentioned that you've been in the digital product space yourself for quite some time. How did you get involved with Warrior Plus? Were you selling on their platform?
A little bit. So let's get to it then. You don't know it, but you've got me stepping in it. Like you said, I've been around for a long time. A lot of people know me from, I think, 18 or 17 years ago. I had a product called Sal, the Site Stealer, where I dressed up like a mafia guy and I taught people how to do copywriting. Hey, forget about it. This isn't going to work for the newsletter. It's a great accent I just did. I sounded like Tony Soprano when he was alive. But anyway, I have a company called Traffic for Me, as you mentioned earlier. And that's not the only thing I do, clearly. I still have my traffic company. I still do other things. I have a crypto project. I have the comedy magic, which is my real passion. My real passion is actually making people feel good through comedy and magic and making people feel good by helping them make more money. That's why I like the vendor relationship role, because I'm actually able to help vendors make more money, and that's fulfilling for me. I had a bunch of product launches up until 2010, 2011, 2012, and I started doing JV management, which led me to doing JV swap management. So basically, somebody that I was representing has a large list, and I'd go to somebody else and say, "Hey, we'll promote for you if you promote for us," and I would make a percentage of whatever money was made. Anyway, long story short, I reached out to Mike Lance. I reached out to him. I've known him for forever, and said, "Would you be interested in me maybe advising your vendors or whatever?" And he's actually, "Not in the way you're thinking, but yes, we want to bring on new quality vendors and we want to elevate." So I'm going to say something. I want to be really careful in how I say it. Over the last few years, probably since a little before the pandemic, some bad acting vendors have taken advantage of Warrior Plus and the way Warrior Plus does things. Basically, they took advantage of compliance. They actually don't have lax compliance like I think some people think. What happens is a lot of bad vendors would change their sales page after they got approved. So they would put up false testimonials after they got approved, and if we catch it, we might not kick them off from one infraction. Like that's where I think we're friendly to the vendor. Like we consider the vendor to be our primary customer. So we want to work with vendors. We don't, but then I feel that they've taken advantage. I think some vendors have taken advantage, and it's caused Warrior Plus to appear too lenient on things like this compared to everybody. I'd say a lot of marketplaces go through it. There was a time where you could put anything you wanted up on ClickBank, and then they grew and they started disallowing some things that are, I'd call it, more aggressive from a marketing standpoint. But Warrior Plus, most of their products are make money online related, whether it's info products or software or what have you. So that's instantly, according to the rest of the world, this is all baloney. Like when people ask me, how do you make money online? I'm like, there's 1,000 ways. My problem is there's too many ways. That's my real problem. That's like, I don't know what to take action on that, not that will make me the most money, that works the best for me and what have you. It's the same sort of thing with Warrior Plus, which is, hey, they're making a lot of sales and they're not getting a lot of refunds, so it must be okay. And actually, that is a good indicator. The refund rate, and then a dispute rate. That is a good indicator if a vendor is selling truly good products.
You mentioned earlier, Harris, about your magic, your entertainment that you do as well.
Yeah.
Bringing that into business must be a challenge, but also something that's quite exciting for you personally to do. What's the reaction been like?
First of all, I really only started doing magic maybe 6 years ago, right before the pandemic, actually, because my business was doing so good. I had free time. I was like, this old passion became an obsession. And then but I'm the type of person that I have to monetize everything. I can't just, which I haven't really monetized the magic too much. But when I first came into I was still freshly trying to be an actor. I actually had a company, and I was in Los Angeles, and I was going on auditions. I'd come to work, and then I'd get called on an audition at 11, and I'd have to be across town and ready to be a funny comedy actor. And I was in my 20s, and I looked like I was in my 40s, so I needed to somehow present that way. And I didn't really have now I would have grown into it. Now I'm past my 40s. So I did end up saying, "Oh, I love performing and I love comedy. Let me bring that into my marketing." Anyway, I don't bring the magic into marketing too much. During the pandemic, I had just started and loved doing it on stage, and I was like, "How can I do this?" And that became a thing. That became like large companies were hiring magicians to entertain their suddenly work from home remote workers with that. I did one show for Groove Pages. Mostly I found clients because I used my limited Google AdWords skills. And I said, hey, looking for a virtual magic show? And I got some companies to call me and I made good money. It was like shooting fish in a barrel.
I love the fact, though, that you're able to mix your passion for magic with business entrepreneurship. A lot of people look at the internet marketing or digital marketing as a side hustle. They've got their full-time job. They're doing this as a side hustle. They're doing this to make a bit of extra money. I guess in many ways, you're doing it almost the opposite way around. Your full-time income, I'm guessing right now, is from the digital marketing stuff that you're doing with Warrior Plus and your own products. And then the magic is the side hustle, the passion project, if you like. Is that a fair assessment?
Absolutely. Because I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've sold $30 million worth of stuff online in the 20 plus years that I've been doing this. So I know I can make money there. It's a trap for me though, because as I said, as long as I get to help people, I'm fine with it. But it does fulfill me. So is that a passion? I had some thoughts about this. Is it my purpose? I've always thought that my purpose was, which is a crazy purpose, to make people laugh. To like from before all of this, when I went to Los Angeles to be a comedy actor, and then I started an internet business and I got married, and that became my main income. But absolutely, the digital marketing is my main income. I know how to make money here. I understand it really well. And then when we go over to magic, one of my friends, he's a clown. He told me he was putting up social media content and he showed me something that went viral. And I was like really viral, not BS viral, like millions and millions of views. And it wasn't him. It was a remix. So this was about a year ago. It was a remix, which for the listeners or readers, it means you use somebody else's video. There's a button that you can push. Instead of sharing, it's called remix. And you can overlay your own video. You can overlay audio. There's a guy, I forget his name right now, on TikTok, that all he does is he makes a weird face at the thing. And he's literally been in Marvel movies because he's become a real celebrity. And so this is the same concept. I don't remember what it's called on TikTok, but it's called a remix on Instagram. And my friend was not even doing that. All he was doing was putting a caption over it as his remix. He just commented on it. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Let me test that and see what happens. First one I did got 100,000 views. I put an avatar of my funny bald guy and I said something about it and it got 100. I picked that was good. And then I kept doing that a few times a week for a little while. One of them got 400,000 views. Most of them got 10,000 views, whatever. One of them went viral. One of them is at 4 million views now. And it's a comedy magician who happens to be bald with a goatee, just like me. I didn't do that on purpose, but I think some people are like, oh, funny bald guy. I'm going to follow this guy. So I've gotten a few thousand followers from that. And by the way, not a lot if you really think about it. 4 million people have seen this and only 3,000 maybe have followed me from it, 3,000, 4,000. But that's more than half of my current followers. And then when I put stuff out, so now I haven't put out other people's content in a little while, but I will start doing that again because it gets you followers. And by the way, I'm going to get in the weeds a little bit about social media marketing because this is the I Am newsletter. So I started putting out, I have a bunch of videos that I recorded of me on stage. So I gave them to somebody on Fiverr. And actually, the truth is, this is a good strategy for people if you've got a little bit of money. I use onlinejobs.ph or Fiverr. And I have 10 clips, 10 7 to 10 minute on stage performances that I've not clipped down. Before anybody stops and says, oh, you could just do this with Opus clips, with AI, with Descript. Sorry, but AI does not know when a joke begins and ends. So you're just having to re-edit it again. The algorithm is not, oh, this is a setup and this is a punch. Oh, this is a magic trick. Otherwise, I would do it. I love AI. So anyway, I hired 7 different people at once. I gave them each a video and said, I'll pay you $5, get me six 1-minute videos. Each video should be a joke or a magic trick. That's it. Go. And if you can't figure that out as a human being, then I'm not going to be able to hire you. And they all basically, I found, a couple guys that I'm willing to work with on a regular basis that way, but right away. And I still haven't even posted all of that content that they made, which was over 40. But that stuff was not really made for social media. But so I started putting those up, mixed in with the other people's content. And now I've started putting up specific for social media that I'm creating. And I didn't invent this at all. I'll give that to the editor and they'll tighten it up and they'll make probably that whole 5 minutes, they'll probably make that into a minute and they'll put that up on social media. There's ways of doing that they're called random chat video apps. So one of them is called, a lot of people have heard of Chat Roulette, but there's 20 out there. There's more than 20 out there. So I just find random people. And the great thing about that is I was going to go out and do this in person, but it's really intrusive. Go to your local mall, and as people are walking by, hey, do you want to do a magic trick? I've done it. I like it, but this is better because people are literally sitting at home, bored out of their mind. You have to be bored out of your mind if you're going on a random chat video. If that's your idea of a fun time tonight, hey girls, let's get together and let's go see who we can talk to. And then they're like, hey, you want to see a magic trick? They're like, yes. There are people that are purely YouTube creators or purely Instagram creators, and they actually make money. Or TikTok has the TikTok shop now where they actually sell things on the app that they're presenting on. I'm not sure that's the direction that I end up going, but basically it's build an audience and they will come, I guess. They will pay eventually.
It's interesting because I think that's also true of things like podcasts. You build the audience over time by the content that you're putting out. And then at the end of the day, you decide, okay, how do I monetize this audience? Is it by selling sponsorships? Is it by making a direct sell of your own product to your audience? There's a number of ways that you can do that. And I guess it's quite a similar world with the social media marketing. You build your followers, you get those dedicated followers, and then off the back of that, you've got the opportunity to sell the merch or whatever it might be, particularly if you've got a catchphrase. So yeah, I love the fact that you are moving in that direction. Harris, I really appreciate your time with us today. And for anybody who's looking to find out more about you, maybe to book you for some magic or to find out more about your digital marketing, where do we go to find you online?
Yeah, so my name's Harris Fellman. Anywhere that you are, if you search for Harris Fellman, you're going to find me. But Facebook is Harris Fellman. However you reach me, it's me. So you can, if you look up Funny Bald Guy, it's actually on Instagram and some places it's Funny Bald. So my domain name is funnybaldguy.me and my Instagram is funnybaldguy.me because my Funny Bald Guy got suspended because I was unfollowing people with a bot. And they caught me.
Oh, no.
And I like to say they thought I was unfollowing people with a bot because I was unfollowing people with a bot. And I'd prefer that to be my personal brand without the .me, but it's pretty much funnybaldguy.me. And then Warrior Plus, my email there is harris@warriorplus.com. The best place to reach me is Facebook. Instagram for the Funny Bald Guy and Facebook for anything else. And it's Harris Fellman on Facebook.
Great. Well, listen, thank you so much for your time today, Harris. Been an absolute pleasure chatting with you. I wish you all the success as well with the magic shows. That's really fascinating. And of course, incredible success with Warrior Plus. Good luck with that. And it's great to hear the future for Warrior Plus is looking so bright. So thank you again and for your time, and we'll talk soon.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day.
For more online business podcasts and to request an interview for the podcast, visit martynbrown.com for details. That's Martyn with a Y. Thank you for listening.